when the train goes.
Oh, yeah,
that's gonna be the sign.
Yeah, that train goes long.
Last chance for this chip.
There it goes.
Right.
That boy Mo eating. Welcome back to the Let's Chop It Up podcast.
It was funny, we were waiting for the train to pass. I'm like, let me get one last chip. I was wrong. But, man, we chained it down with some nachos. It's going down. This is the Let's Chop It Up podcast. But let's get into it. It's your brother Mo. I'm here with my boy Whiteout.
Yes.
And DJ Overcomer.
What up, fam? What's up?
And we're at your business, right? What's
Man,
it called?
it's my wife's business.
Your wife's business.
She's the owner. I'm just the banker. She takes my money.
Hey.
Yeah, but
you're the investor.
She's
Yeah.
the staff.
No, I'm the employee that fixes everything,
Okay,
man.
okay.
So no, but it's called Steph's Chillville, man. Like Stephanie, but Steph's Chillville.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And this is something that we started 10 years ago.
Okay.
So,
And how did this come about?
man,
Right.
one day she couldn't work anymore because of a illness of her being pregnant. You know, it was very tough to have kids, and as she was pregnant, we wanted to keep her home and keep her, healthy and stuff like that. So once we had the kids, our first daughter, she was like, man, I wanna do something. I wanna have a business.
Yeah.
And then I worked at a dealership as a service manager, and there was a snow cone shop across the street. But I would spend like $30 to $50 a week just on the snow cones.
Dang.
So I told her, I said, why don't you open up a snow cone shop? Because if I spend that much, imagine the rest of the people that spend that there.
Yeah.
And she prayed about it, man, and she did the research, and she found out it was like 90% profit, and then
It's just ice.
It's just ice and flavor, right? And then she prayed, and she said God told her to open this place.
You want to make even more money, collect rainwater? No,
Yeah,
no,
right.
Don't do that.
Filter it though.
But on IG, it's at Steph's Chillville.
Yeah, at Steph's Chillville, STEPH''S Chillville. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff, man.
And what city we in, bro? Because every time I'm in Dallas,
But
10 minutes later, I'm in a different
It's basically
city.
you gotta say from Dallas, Texas, man.
Dallas, Texas,
Anywhere
okay.
you go, it's just like, where you from? Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
If you say I'm from Grand Prairie, and they're like, where?
Ain't that a school?
Yeah, no, just Dallas, Texas. We're here in the hood on Downworthy Garden, so.
Give us the address. Give them the address. Because if you in Dallas or
Yeah, if you're in Grand Prairie, well, let me
yeah.
put it out because they from H-Town.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Don't come after.
No,
my bad.
you're good, man. Listen, if you're in DFW area, come out to 128 Southwest Dallas Street, Grand Prairie, Texas. It's literally downtown Grand Prairie. Every snow cone comes with a blessing. Even God has a sweet tooth. Yeah,
Okay.
we make our own flavors, make our own ice.
Hey,
I used
they
to
got
sell
this.
illegal ice. Now I sell legal ice.
Come
There
on.
you go. And this arroz con leche, bro, is hard.
Yeah, man.
Like
but it's cold right now. It's cold.
But it tastes like real arroz con leche.
Yeah, man.
Like it tastes authentic.
Well, we make our own
so-
flavor, bro. We make our own ice. The only thing I don't make is the Bluebell ice cream, bro.
No, man.
Yeah, you gotta have Bluebell, bro. You
Yeah.
can't be going to the Marqueta over there buying the $5 bucket of
the rainbows
5-gallon
and-
rainbows. You
It's
can't
all
be
sugar,
buying all
ain't
that,
got no
man.
flavor.
And
Yeah.
I'll say this: it's wintertime, so we got the hot chocolate. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So come get some hot chocolate.
Yeah, but this ain't your ordinary hot chocolate.
It ain't.
This is abuelita's chocolate.
That's what I told her
yeah.
earlier.
It's frothed steamed milk
Yeah.
with Mexican hot chocolate, marshmallows, and whipped cream.
And cinnamon, no?
And cinnamon, yeah.
cinnamon too. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Great business, bro. So how did you get from that place? How did you get the name Overcomer?
Oh man, shoot. There's a whole story behind it, man. Before I got saved, man, I was a meth addict for 15 years.
Oh wow.
And I mean, I've been doing drugs since I was the age of 12.
Yeah.
Started off with weed.
The
and
gateway
then-
ad.
Yeah, just pretty much, smoking weed and trying to be like everybody else. And all my cousins were in gangs, and all my cousins were older, so I was trying to be like them. So
Yeah.
I remember smoking weed 12, 13 years old, and by the time, I remember on my 16th birthday, I drank for the first time, got trashed, and then by the time I was doing 18, I was doing coke. By the time I was 21, I was doing X. And by the time I was 24, 25, I was already, I wasn't shooting up or anything like that, but I was doing meth. I got peer pressured hard to do. I'll never forget the first time, man. They peer pressured me to do meth, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
That's crackhead status. I'm not gonna do that. They're like, come on. It was out of a light bulb with a straw, and I'm like, man, I ain't doing that, man. I mean, look at the thing. Look what you're doing.
Yeah.
And finally, man, I said, fine, give it to me, and I did it, man, and that's all it took, man. It just took one time, and it was a different feeling from doing cocaine and that, and it was like a steroid like boost.
Yeah.
And then it was on.
Wow.
And it was a mistake in a lot of ways, but it was a learning experience.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the overcomer I am if it wasn't for what I went through.
Yeah.
Because I had to learn a lot of things.
That's what you overcame.
Yeah. And so all the stuff that I've gone through all these years, even fighting demons. I mean, even when I was doing all these things, I was opening up doors. I was opening, gates to people to be in my life, and so that demons were just coming in, and then I had to fight those back. My wife, she's one heck of a woman, because what woman will sit there and fight against something that you really can't see?
And y'all weren't saved at the time?
We weren't saved,
hey,
but
she a real one.
yeah. And then we got saved, and then it started manifesting, and then she faced it, one-on-one, not one, but not two, but at least 8 times. And each one had each name, and she called them out and fought them. And so she's my rib for a reason,
And can I ask, like, growing up, what was it like for you? Like, is there a reason why?
Growing up, man, being honest, I mean, growing up, my parents were divorced, so I grew up, it was tough growing up, man, and we didn't have a lot of stuff, we weren't rich or anything like that. I mean, shoot, we grew up on eggs at night, potty meat, weenies. We had the black fork. When you put it in the fire, on the grill. We didn't grow up on Frosted Flakes. We grew up on what was it?
You had sugar on the cornflakes.
No, not even that. It wasn't even. They didn't even say flakes. It was aches or something like that. We didn't have Nike. We had Ike. And so
Iced flakes.
Yeah. We didn't have Dr. Pepper. We had Dr. Thunder. You know what I'm saying? And so, but growing up, man, my family were drug cartels, big time drug dealers. My grandfather was a big time Chiva dealer. You don't know what that is? Heroin, black heroin. My mother's side, of all my cousins and uncles and aunts they drank a lot of alcohol, and of course drugs. So, and then I mean, I had a grandfather too, man. Growing up, he went to church and stuff like that, but at the same time, he was serving 2 masters, and so cheating and stuff like that too. So I was presented to the church, but it was a Pentecostal church, and it was like, you can't do this and you can't do that, and so I was like, me and my buddy Adrian Butler, he always says this, man. I was a drug baby. I was drugged to church. They drugged me on church on Wednesday. They drugged me on Friday.
I never heard that one.
And so I had to go to church, man. So, but growing up was basically a lifestyle of partying, drinking. Hits Friday, it's time to party. It's time to get high. It's time to Sunday you quit. Monday you go to work, hungover, and start all over again. So my whole life's been like that.
So
man.
What was your life like whenever you started using and abusing meth?
I mean,
were you able to keep a job? Were you able to keep a stable life, or
man,
or hide it? Were you trying to hide it from people?
I was trying to, man. When you do, good question. When you do meth, man, we call it the devil's tail, because it knows every move you're gonna make. When you're gonna try to quit, somehow, some way, there's a lot more right there. When you couldn't afford it, but somehow, this is my last time. No, there's more. Somehow free, you can have that. Or it would just get tougher, or you start messing up where your family, you're trying to like hide, like be this person, but your appearance starts going away, starts fading and stuff like that. And so it was tough, man. It was tough trying to hide. It was living 2 different lives. That's scary. Because you would go to somebody's house or go to your house. At the time, I was living at my grandmother's. See my grandmother, ¿Cómo estás, abuelita? I love you. God bless you too, and everything. Close that door. Lighting up. And it's like a darkness, man. And it's like, if you can imagine a lighter in a room full of darkness. A lighter doesn't have much light because it's not fluorescent. A lighter is only what the fire is, and it's only a little flame. And it's kind of like your spirit. If your flame is super little and barely burning, nobody wants to be around that. It's kind of like right now. We're sitting here, we're cold, but if you look at the fire pit,
I want to be
by the fire pit. Why? Because it's on fire.
You
if you look at that other one, it's starting to burn out. That's why those people left. They don't want to be around that. I mean, they want to go because there's no fire. So again, being in that room for several years, of 15 years, it starts taking over you. And then you don't see nothing else. All the problems, and you start arguing with everybody, and no, you're not, just leave me alone. By the time you know it, you're just by yourself, man.
And were you with your wife at this time?
Yeah,
like,
man. We weren't.
25, you kind of got hooked on it, right?
I'm sorry?
Around 25?
Yeah, we started dating. I started dating her when I was like 21, 22. So it was like 23, 24 when I started. And she was my girlfriend at the time. We had a son, and I was living 2 lives.
So she didn't even know you were...
She didn't know. We drank.
Did she know you even tried it?
No. Until one day, man, never forget it, man. I literally, she told me to go get some food, and I went to my garage, and I said, man, I forgot my stuff, and I went back in the garage, and when I went in the garage, I tried to grab my stuff, and when I went like that to grab it, she opened up the door. She's like, what are you doing? I said, nothing. When you say that, you're doing something.
Yeah.
So she found out, man, and that was it. I came home the next day from work, everything was gone.
Wow.
But my wife's gangster, bro, because
Yeah.
she left me the broke dryer. She took the curtain to the washer. To the shower. She left me about this much toilet paper. She took the refrigerator, bro. All she left.
You only getting one wipe.
That's
you
bro.
gonna figure it out.
She took all
the
that
toilet paper.
Yeah, bro, and no toothpaste. She did. I deserved it.
Yeah.
I deserved it
Because y'all had a kid also.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah, I had my son and living 2 different lives, and that drug right there, bro. I was able to control everything else except that.
Yeah.
I couldn't control it. It's like it knows every move, man.
Yeah.
Every move,
Wow.
and
So
it sucks you dry.
Yeah. Because it's like crack and meth are the ones that you get hooked with just one try, right?
Yeah.
What's your advice for how did you break free? Like for people that are probably, they know a family member or they themselves are addicted, what's the best advice you give anybody?
The advice that I can give you guys, being real with y'all, for the people that know somebody's on drugs and you're praying for them, don't give up on them. Love them.
Yeah.
You can get mad at them all you want. All you're gonna do is push them away.
Yeah.
You can start yelling at them, cussing at them, saying this and saying that. You're just gonna push them away.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get further and further and further, because the more that you're on them and on them and on them in their mind, they're like, this is gonna take my pain away. This is gonna take my pain away. This is gonna take my pain away. And then by the time you know it, they're gone. So I recommend for you guys that have somebody that are on it, keep praying for them, because the prayers will be answered.
Amen.
Because what's going to happen to them, they're going to keep hitting rock bottom. And then when they hit rock bottom, when they literally hit the bottom of the earth and they go lower than the dirt, they're going to realize, I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
Either get help, which I didn't get help. It took a moment where I wasn't just hooked on it. I was dealing and stuff like that, but I wasn't just a normal dealer. I was also cooking. And so we wouldn't sling nothing small. It was all big stuff. It was, nothing less than 50,000, 80,000, 100,000 at a time. It was big stuff.
Man, so if the drug wasn't hard enough to get away from, then there is the lure of money.
Yeah. Well, not even that though, too, man. A lot of people don't understand this, and people always freak out when I say this. It's not the drug that you get addicted to. It's what you do with it. My addiction wasn't just the drug. My addiction was how I was going to get high. So I would place everything in order. Put everything in the way it needs to be, from lighter to pipe to all this other stuff, right? And then I would take that and I would try to go get caught. So I've gone to police stations, man, where I would go in the bathroom. I've hid behind, dumpsters where there's a lot of people. I've gone in somebody else's car and got high, in school and job.
Wow.
It was the rush of almost getting caught that would make me high. That was my addiction.
Did it feel like it just amplified the drug to you?
It would boost it.
Wow.
Because I did it so much, man, that smoking it wouldn't get me high anymore. So I had to start eating it. And after eating it, you're gonna start shooting it, which I hate needles.
Yeah.
You figured I wouldn't because I'm tatted up, but I hate needles. My grandfather shot up in front of me, and I was like, man, I'm not.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of my cousins do it too, and I'm like, nah, I'm not ever doing that. So
Yeah.
for me, it was the rush, man. So it just took over.
Yeah.
So, but for me, for the people that are on drugs and struggling, if you're watching this, you're just gonna have to give it up.
Yeah.
And if you're a man, let me give you the advice the correct way, but I'm not gonna tell you how they told me. Man the heck up.
Yeah.
Man the heck up. If you're a woman, grow up.
Yeah.
It's time to fight back. Especially if you got kids. If you got
Yeah.
kids, this is what hit me even worse.
Yeah.
I got 2 daughters and a son, 19, 11, and 4. This older man, wise man said one time, he said, would you like your daughters to marry somebody like you?
Oh, man.
And I'm like, well, no. He goes, well, you're teaching her just what a person looks like to be married to.
You're setting the standard.
And so it hit me. And I was like, so I tell you guys, if you got kids and you're on drugs or going through something and you acting up and misbehaving, getting in trouble and going through all kinds of stuff, listen, put God first. Let God guide you.
Yeah.
You know, God turned all my scars into stars. He made me the overcomer I am.
Yeah.
I mean, you asked me how I came up with the name Overcomer. Is because God gave it to me. Because I had to learn that if I fight and give everything I got to the Lord, then I overcame all that.
Yeah.
And so God said, man, you're an overcomer of all. 1 John 5:4, he who comes to me overcomes the world.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the last demonic thing that I fought, which was called the spirit of Python.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the anointing and the gift that I received from God. I heard the most beautiful voice I've ever heard. I smelled the most amazing aroma of flowers that it like burned my whole inside of my nose. My wife was right there, and then I felt like a shower of water all over me.
Man.
Which I knew. I didn't know none of that stuff at the time.
Yeah.
I was complaining about like, what is it, y'all smell that? And my uncle that is you know, been in church for a while, he's like, that's God.
That's God's aroma.
That's God's aroma.
Wow.
And I've gone to like, you know, these gardens to try to smell the roses, but I can never forget that smell. Can't duplicate it. And I'll never forget when I heard God's voice saying, you're an overcomer of all. I'm gonna take you places you ain't never been.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you throughout the world. I have gifted you something.
Won't he do it?
Use it.
Yeah.
And never ever stop.
Yeah.
And since that day, I became DJ Overcomer.
Is that where you got delivered?
That's when I
or
got
was it before that?
I got saved in 2007, and then I kind of backtracked a little bit. I wasn't
Okay.
like full throttle in there.
Yeah.
And then, and the reason why too, man, because I kind of started DJ in 2007 a little bit for a church, man. But my youth pastor at the time ended up cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
And we found, I was like, well, god dang, I mean,
Yeah.
there's no difference on this side and that side, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So for me, I was like, man, forget this is all fake.
Yeah.
And so I could, you know, backed up on it, and all of a sudden I knew something wasn't right with me because of the doors I've opened.
Yeah.
And that's when I got delivered, resaved, and nonstop going.
Wow.
So 2007, how old were you?
You're gonna put me out there like that?
Well, no, the reason I was saying, because like starting at 25.
Man,
like,
bro, you mean gonna ask me? I sucked that meth, okay? I smoked a lot of weed when I did when I was playing. Man, how old was I? 27, 26? I think something like
that's
that.
around the time you kind of put it down.
But I've been in the ministry as DJ Overcomer for 7 years.
Okay.
So it's been like nonstop since then.
Yeah.
And I started out with Moses Javere. I don't know if you ever heard of him. Well, you know DJ Promote.
Yeah.
So DJ Promote, I went to school with him in San Angelo, Texas.
Okay.
We went to the same high school. He's the one who introduced me into the DJing. Walked
Yeah.
into his house, saw the graffiti, 2 turntables,
And a microphone.
and a microphone.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hip hop.
That boy cold. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he introduced me into it, man. And when I went through that, getting delivered again, he showed up here to the shop, him and his wife.
Okay.
And they were living here. And he showed up here, and I remember I was just tired from the fighting of you know, going through all the stuff. And I came and saw him here, and he said, man, why don't you start DJing again? And put 2 to 2 together.
Yeah.
Because I've been DJing since I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been down the hip hop stuff and all that.
So that was like in the early 90s or what, when hip hop was
Don't put his
kinda-
age out there.
No, I'll tell you, I'm 39 years old, man, but I'm still in my prime, bro.
Yeah,
Don't-
definitely,
Yeah, when I
man.
hit the stage, I don't feel 39, man. I feel like
yeah.
I'm 18. You know,
Hey.
I mean, I can still. They freak out, man, because I'll launch. I mean, I played basketball for UT too, man. So,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
but that's the same time that he showed up and I got delivered and DJ Overcomer was created.
Wow.
I want to ask, like, your wife left you, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did God restore that? Because she was your girlfriend at the time when she left you?
Yeah.
How
So
did God restore that?
going back to that, man. So when I was dealing and cooking and all that stuff, man, she left me for about 3 months, man, and I had it hard.
Yeah.
I did things that I pray over every night.
Yeah.
You know, I regret. You know, there's friends that I turned to dope and they're dead. You know,
Yeah.
and they're no longer here anymore. And I blame myself. You know, and a lot of people always tell me, like, they had a choice. They had a choice to say no. I was like, no, they didn't. Now when you got a gun in your head and say smoke it, you know, so I've done crazy stuff, you know, and so for me, at that time, I got a phone call from my wife, and my wife said, it was like 3 months later, she's like, I need you to pick up your son. I said, and I haven't seen my son in a long time. I was like, yeah, I'll pick him up. When? She's like, in the morning. Well, that morning, I said I wasn't gonna party or anything like that night. Ended up partying, went real hard at it, and went to sleep, I guess, fell asleep, and woke up with her. Well, I had a big old pipe on my stomach and cash and dope everywhere, and she ended up walking in, and I felt the sharpest pain in my body I've ever felt. She hit me with a hanger across my arm. And I woke up and she was like, what the heck's wrong with you? And my son walked out and saw everything. And so for me right then, I took 2 knives and I slit my wrists. I ate about 2 to 3 grams of meth.
Wow.
I ate about, 6-7 pills of Zoloft and 10 pills of X, and I tried to end my life. I went into the bathroom and slit my wrist really bad, and that's pretty much all I remember. She told me there was blood everywhere, and the cops got there, and I went to a suicide unit.
Man.
And I spent a suicide unit for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and she was right there.
Man,
she knew the
toughed
truth.
it out with you.
Yeah, man, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
If your woman gonna stay with you, and she gonna yell at you, and she feel like slapping you, take it.
Yeah.
Because you do deserve it.
Yeah.
I deserved everything I got.
Yeah.
And spending in a suicide unit was the most craziest thing. But the most craziest thing is that what happened there. It was probably like the 4 or 5 days I was into it. We're in a room. It's just an empty room and a bed and a TV. That's it.
Yeah.
You're not allowed no remotes. You're not allowed anything. For me, the TV turned on in the middle of the night. And it was a pastor, and he said, you know that God can turn all your scars into stars? You know he can take you places? Do you know what he can do in your life? And then the TV turned off. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, am I tripping?
I said, what medication am I on? But I realized I wasn't on no medication. I was like, And I remember the next day, I called her. I said, we're moving to Dallas. Do you want to come? And we did.
Just randomly. We're
Was
moving
it
to
Get
Dallas.
away from everything?
Yep, just to get away from her, man. I was in deep, man. It's blood in, blood out.
Yeah.
And
Your family has done it. You've done it.
yeah, man. I mean, I was even deeper than them.
Man.
I have an uncle here, man, that was big time. And he had to come down and tell me to relax.
Man.
And I said, if you can't relax and chill and stop what you're doing, don't come and tell me. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. I didn't want to talk to nobody that's never either done it
Yeah.
or it wasn't higher than what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so I asked my wife, my father at the time showed up and picked me up and brought me to Dallas, and my wife came, and it was tough, man. My wife ended up moving back, and because it wasn't like working out, and I ended up coming back home for her, and then coming back again, and so it was tough, man. It was a lot of struggle, man, a lot of hardness to doing those drugs, and even after that too, man, I still fell. Relapse and stuff like that. So
would you say that God restored her trust in you?
Oh yeah, man. If it wasn't for God, and that's the reason why she came, because she broke down with her, at her house she lived with her grandmother, and she broke down, and the story that she's told me, that she was this crying out to God and asking him what he wanted, what do you want? Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And she said she heard a loud voice saying, go. She heard it, and she like woke up and bounced up from it, and she went and told her grandmother. Her grandma was into God a lot, and she said,
you gotta go.
And she said, if God speaks to you, you better be obedient. You better go. And she took off and came back here.
Man.
And we've been going since, and it hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
And I'm not an easy person to live with.
Yeah.
We all have our flaws. We all make mistakes. Still make mistakes.
Yeah.
One thing I want to bring up, because when we first came, you were speaking to us about your wife, and can you explain to us what happened recently?
Yeah. So recently, when she was 18 years old, she got diagnosed with GBS, Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Okay.
And so what it does, it attacks your nerve system, and it causes you to pretty much go paralyzed. So when she was 17, 18, she went paralyzed. Her whole body did. So she had to relearn how to walk, talk, eat, comb her hair, take a shower, everything. And she did it, alone. She didn't have really many people there. She lived with her grandmother and grandfathers, throughout her life, and her grandfather passed away, and it wasn't the same. My wife's testimony is even crazier than mine, because she's been on her own since she was 12, back and forth. And then she went paralyzed, and she relearned and went on with her life. And this past year, I've noticed a little bit difference in her, and her feet were getting cold, and her hands were cold when it was 100 degrees outside, and at night, and she just kind of like started going down. And it was July 16th. I was at a show in San Benito at an Outpour conference.
Of this year, 2021?
This year. Which has been, this whole year has been the hardest year. I lost my dad that brought me to the Lord August 23rd of 2020.
Okay,
And
man.
so
Sorry,
not
bro.
to nah,
Rest
nah
in
man,
peace.
it's all good, man. I mean, a lot of people say I'm sorry, like man, I know where he's at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
amen.
yeah.
So
I'll
he
tell
was a
you,
believer.
Yeah, big time,
Yeah,
big time. But
okay.
it took him and my uncle to get me saved, and so but like I said, it was a hard year. So when I lost him, I got depressed and sad, man, and
Yeah.
I wanted to quit DJing, but I made him a promise, you know, that I would keep going, and the enemy wanted me to quit, you know, and
definitely.
then as I'm going through that, shows and blessings were coming,
Yeah.
you know, big shows and stuff like that, staying booked, because this is my wife's job. This
Yeah.
is my wife's shop. Mine is the ministry. That's
Okay.
what I do full time.
Yeah.
Ministry is full time for me.
Yeah.
I told God, when God said go, I went, and I haven't looked back.
Yeah.
I quit my job where I made over $100,000 a year. I quit it all, and to become what God needed me to become. It's
Yeah.
not about the
Yeah.
DJ, man. I hope y'all know that. It's
Yeah.
about being the overcomer.
Okay. By
Yeah.
reaching souls.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the DJ is whatever. The DJ is just
Encouraging
somebody who goes
somebody
to,
else.
yeah, they can
Yeah.
go and play some music, this and that. But for
You
me,
used to be a mechanic.
yeah, man, I used to be a lot of things, man. I was a certified AC mechanic, salesman, and manager, service manager, one of the youngest service managers in the Chevrolet house in district in Dallas at the age of 23.
Wow.
You know, making over 100 grand at 23 years old. Yeah, you know. So, but going back to my wife, it's been a tough year, man. And then I was in Outpour conference, and I get one of the worst phone calls. We get done performing, and I get the phone call from Sweet J, one of my guys, and he says, "Hey, I'm taking your wife to the hospital." I'm like, what's going on? Put her on the phone. And basically, she couldn't move anymore. She was talking real slow, and she was paralyzed from her waist down and her arms.
Wow.
And you're married, right?
Yeah.
You're married?
No.
Future married? Want to be married?
Yeah, yeah,
Future
yeah.
You want to be
I mean,
married?
definitely, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
definitely want to be
saying?
married. You know what I'm
Right
saying? And
Taking applications.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no,
Yeah, hit 'em up.
In Dallas.
No,
Yeah,
respectfully
especially in
not.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Respectfully not.
Nah. But on the real, man,
Yeah.
when your wife can aggravate you, make you mad, and you're like, "Arr!" right?
Yeah.
But when something happens to her, somebody messed with her, somebody tries to attack her, a whole nother switch turns on.
Yeah.
But this one was a switch that I've never had before. This switch right here was the most scariest feeling I've had ever in my life,
Wow.
because I thought my wife was gonna die.
Yeah. Wow.
And I told God, "You're not taking my wife. Not yet. She's not done yet.
Yeah.
She has a story to tell the whole world.
Yeah.
You're not taking her." Because when you get GBS, if I'm correct with the research, you only get it once in your life, right? And it's caused from a vaccination.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
That's
crazy, right?
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna say too
GBS.
much.
Yeah. But anyways,
crazy.
I'm a point.
Yeah.
But and it's caused from a vaccination. A lot of people having COVID.
Yeah.
My wife believes that I got COVID right after my dad passed, and my nerves, I started losing feeling in my legs and my hands. To this day,
Wow.
I'm still struggling with it. I don't have a lot of strength from because of COVID. It hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
And so when I got that phone call, the feeling that I got was the most scariest thing, man, because I couldn't go home. It was 11 o'clock at night. I couldn't take a car because I was 10 hours away. I couldn't fly out that night because there was no flights. So I was panicking.
Yeah.
I was freaking out. I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I can't sleep. I got,
Yeah.
even Adrian Butler was with me, and he's like, bro, and this is when you know you got a brother, not just a brother, but like deep family member next to you.
Yeah.
Adrian Butler's a black dude with dreads. I'm a Hispanic guy. And he tells me just like this, what do you want to do, man? You want to hit me? You want to yell at somebody? You need to cuss somebody out? What do you want? I'm right here. Use me. And I'm looking at him like, bro, just hug me.
Yeah.
Just give me a hug, man. He's like, no, but I know you're mad. What do you want to do? I'm right here. You need to hit somebody? I'm right here. What do you want? I know you're mad. What do you want to do? And for me, it was like, just hug me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to grab a car. I said, AB's grab a car. I can be there in 6 hours. She's like, we can't. I said, I got to get home, man. I got to get home to my wife.
Yeah.
Luckily, the pastor that night, man, somehow found a flight at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Dang.
I was back home by 7:30 in the morning with my wife.
Dang.
And
amazing.
it was been the hardest thing, man.
Yeah.
She had to relearn how to take a certain medication to get her immune system back, and it was 5 days of 5 hours a day, 5 hours a day, 5 days of pure pain.
Man.
And I had to become mama, daddy, business owner. And, I have my own overcoming ministry. I got my own ministry.
Yeah.
We can still be the pastor of it, the mentor, be DJ Overcomer.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And still going through it.
Wow.
You know, I've lost 30 pounds since July. I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But
not the way you want it.
not the way I want it, because everybody's like, "Are you on drugs? You know, you doing dope?" I'm like, "Nah, man." Because, you know,
appreciate y'all for asking me.
yeah, you know, but no. And it does bother, you know, they'll ask, I'm sorry, man, did it bother you? Yeah. Even when you're own guys.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, you should know that I'm going through some stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So that's why, like, the Lecrae show was personal. Like, because it was everything that we've gone through, and it was time to start performing, you know, it's personal to me.
Yeah.
When I get on that stage, that's how I'll fight back the enemy.
Yeah.
You know, I'll start swinging and screaming and jumping and, you know, hey, and the music, every mix is not I don't pre-mix, it's all done. You know,
all live.
Yeah. You know, and I can switch it on the dime the way I feel, and if I'm mad, you can tell, because it's aggressive and it's hard.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, right in the middle of the show, it's like, you know what, hold on, we're on H-Town. I want to have a little bit of fun. And then we flipped it to some old school.
Yeah.
I chunked up the dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but for me, man, my wife, at a 1 to 2% out of a million, if the numbers around about that, they never make it on the second time. My wife made it.
Wow.
She overcame
Miss
that.
Overcomer.
Miss Overcomer. That's
Yeah.
what she goes by on Instagram.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
it's
so,
prophetic.
yeah, man. And
No,
so
yeah.
she overcame that, man. And like I said, it's been hard, man. It's
Yeah.
been hard. And from being a business owner to doing all that, it's been one of the hardest challenges. But every day, man, God still shows up.
Yeah.
You know, this is my 7th year in the ministry. What does 7 mean in life?
Perfection, completion.
Yeah. And so the 7th year, man, for us is the year of Jubilee.
Yeah.
So you get everything that was stolen from the pandemic and all that
Yeah.
stuff that I was supposed to, you know, we had 50 shows that was canceled.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And, you know, that provides for my family too. And so, but this year, man, has been one of the best years in the ministry, because we got blessed the van, we got blessed the trailer,
Nice.
you know, some, you know, lights as I got a whole light system. And reason being I have it is because I want to bless churches that don't have nothing.
Yeah.
We go to a lot of churches, they ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
But yet they got 200-300 kids in the youth. Well, we got lights. Got you. We got those too.
Yeah.
You know, so the next thing I'm praying for is a sound system. If I
Yeah.
get a great sound system, some of these churches, bro, they still got, bro, I went to a church one time, bro, to perform. They were soldering the wire in the speaker before when I was about to go up.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes before, I was like, man, I want to be able to say I got it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's been tough, man, and she's doing great, man, and pushing, and now we're getting ready for 22, so.
And I want to
Yeah.
say this for the people watching. It was hearing it like this, bro. It was I'll say this. It was a blessing just to hear her walk up. Man.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
able
for
to
real.
walk, and maybe I can get her to come out here real quick and, you know, say hi, you know,
Yeah.
because a lot of people tell stories,
Yeah.
right? But when you see it
Yeah.
in person, you know, it's different,
Yeah.
you know. And for me, man, it's not just about the music, bro. Like, you know, a lot of people get in a deep conversation. I know we ain't got much time left, but
Yeah.
you know, you can get in deep conversation. So how do you feel about this artist? How do you feel what this artist said or this person said? Man, and who cares?
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's
all
little.
political. It's all political.
Yeah.
It's all that. For me, it's like I see things in being in the music industry that, hey, man, it's a real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the enemy sits at the front of the altar
Man.
every Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, there's demons in there.
Yeah.
They're trying to stop you from listening.
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about it. Every time you pray, how many times does your phone go off?
All the time.
How many times you've been praying and your phone
Start
starts
falling
vibrating?
asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, when they say back, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I do go to sleep sometimes too, but
Don't
Yeah.
even make it to the amen.
yeah. Jesus,
Lord.
amen. So, I'm gonna ask my wife to come out here real quick and
Not yet, please.
hey, no, can you come over here real quick, please? And you're on speaker and they're recording. Can you come outside? Can you come outside real quick? You're on speaker, please.
Okay, okay, give me a second.
Okay, don't say nothing bad. I love you.
What?
You're on live. I mean, we're doing our thing. We're recording. She hung up on me.
That's how real it is. out
Yeah,
here.
yeah. She hung up on me. So, you know, that's what happens when you you date a girl. She's
Yeah.
from the last street in the Barrio Avenue Z.
Oh man.
Real hood.
Yeah.
Real hood. But loves God at the same time.
Hey,
classy,
man, and
man. So-
overcame a whole bunch of things.
Yeah,
that
man.
would have
Yeah,
put a lot of people
yeah.
out,
So
man. That's crazy.
now we're
bro.
moving forward, man, and Overcomer Ministries, man, is going. It's been good. We got a huge tour happening next year too, man, and some great things happening.
Yeah, so Overcomer Ministries, real quick, is it like just the DJing thing, or is it bigger than that?
It's bigger than that, bro. It's more than you know. I'm not trying to take Kingdom Music stuff, but
Yeah.
it's more than music.
Okay, yeah.
It's
perfect,
It's our
phrase.
life. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's our life, and
Yeah.
and for us, it's not just music.
Yeah.
it's reality.
Yeah.
This is where we're in now. So Overcoming Ministry, man, we have a team of 12 people on the team, and actually 12 to 15 people.
Yeah.
We have a board from all over, from Nashville to New Mexico to Austin, from all over the country. We have based of 7 pastors and mentors that pour into me every week.
Okay.
One of them was there at the show, Lecrae, and for us, it's more than that.
Yeah.
So nobody gave me an opportunity to perform. I had to fight for it.
Yeah.
I would go and ask them, hey man, give me this opportunity. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell y'all a story that somebody y'all know dearly, that I met them at South by, and I went to go shake their hand, and they were like, man, I don't know you. Who are you? And I'm like, well, I'm DJ Overcomer. I don't know you. And they turned their back on me. And I said, you know what? As they walking away, in my mind, I said, one day I'm going to see you again. You're going to know who I am.
Yeah.
And 2 years later, or actually 3 years later, I saw them again. And when they say, hey man, I'm a big fan of you. And I was like,
I don't know you.
I don't know you. No, I told him, I said, who are you?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, I'm so-and-so. I was like, I don't know you. And I turned my back. He's like, hey. I said, that's what you did to me 3 years ago.
Man.
You did that to me. I said, but a person like what you were doing right there, that don't shake somebody's hand, that you're bigger than them, that you think you are because you're in the game longer, and I'm just barely starting. Like, you could have made me quit.
Yeah.
So for the artists watching, there's always somebody coming up. You're nobody special. Even though you may have hits and you're number one on the charts, or you're so-and-so, your tour sold out, man, there's one person that wants to be like you. Shake their hand. One of my guys on my team said, man, I remember seeing so-and-so, man, at this mall. He goes, man, I was waiting for them all day long. He goes, finally, when I saw them come out, I started walking up. He goes, I was the only person around. As I was walking up, he goes, there was so-and-so and so-and-so and so. They ran for me.
Wow.
He goes, bro, you know how bad I threw their stuff away. I burned it. He goes, I never wanted to touch anything that was being Christian. He goes, I didn't want nothing to do with it.
Man.
So for me, man, it's like, it's more than that. And so the team, I had to learn how to do everything. I had to learn how to do lights. I had to learn how to do wire the speakers, find out what an XLR was, a 1/4-inch cable, how to run a LED wall. I had to learn everything.
Yeah.
And because nobody would tell me, they wouldn't give me a time.
Yeah.
And so for me, now I get to pass it on to these guys and these artists that join me, and teach them. So, but here she is.
Hey.
He's been speaking highly of you.
I told them basically about what you had to kind of go through with me, and we were talking about what you just went through recently. That it's very rare that you survive on the second one of Guillain-Barré syndrome, and that you are a walking miracle. And I was speaking about you, and you pull up, and then you walk up here, and I talked about what you've gone through, and you want to explain how you feel, and what God has how God has spoke to you, and I know you're going to get emotional about it.
And if I could just add one thing, for me personally, it blessed me to hear what he was saying before you got here, because he just gave us a little glimpse of what it is that you went through. And then with him breaking it down of what you really went through, it blessed me to see you walk up.
Oh, thank you.
So I just want to say God bless you for real.
You're going to make me cry. He's going to make me cry.
Yeah. It's been the hardest thing, man. It's been the hardest thing for all of us, where the enemy attacked in a lot of ways. And so,
I'm going to do my best because I'm not feeling well right now.
I know you're not. Just give me 3 minutes.
I have
3 minutes.
trouble talking. When I don't feel good, I have trouble talking.
And it's a loaded question,
On or
so
off.
it doesn't have to be like a big answer. It could be something simple.
So ask me again, quickly.
Go ask her.
Mo, you want to take it?
How are you feeling right now, as far as like everything you just came through? Like, what would you say to somebody that's going through any type of illness at this moment? Because I'll say this year I was in the hospital for a month and a half, 5 surgeries in 5 weeks.
Wow.
So that's why I say, to me it's a blessing, because to me, honestly, what I went through is nothing compared to what you went through.
Sounds...
No, but the reason I say it is because, and I'm sure you could relate, it's like we know how good God is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's why I say it was a blessing to me to see you walking when...
She shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say this.
I don't even know what the question was. It's just, I'm glad that you're here.
How do I feel about what I've been through?
Yeah.
And I'll say this. It was actually a blessing that I went through something so horrific, because I'm really grateful for life right now.
Amen.
And I slowed down, just so busy, going, and I needed to take a break, and he needed to slow down, so that I think we were with God, we were doing everything we were supposed to.
Yeah.
But he slowed us down, and he slowed me down enough to actually rely on only him, because I couldn't even rely on my body. I couldn't physically. When I came home from the hospital, I couldn't walk very well. I just laid down. I had a wheelchair and a walker right next to me just to go to the bathroom. And that last day in the hospital, before they gave me the treatment, I was fighting with the doctors saying, I know what's going on with me. And one neurologist was saying, there's no way it could happen to you again, because when it happened to me when I was 17, it was 1 out of 200,000 people got it, which is very rare, extremely rare.
Yeah.
Nobody talked about it. They didn't know what it was. And God healed me completely. I mean, I was about 98% healed when other people didn't walk away from that. Yes, I had to relearn how to walk. I had to relearn how to talk. It hit me really bad when I was 17. It was a lot worse.
Wow.
I had blinking therapy, speech, everything. So they thought, there's no way. What are the odds that it would happen again?
Yeah.
And it was only a 3% chance that it would happen to somebody twice.
Wow.
And she was saying, there's no way. And I was like, well, there's 3%, and I'm that 3%.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to give me the medicine, and I was getting worse and worse and worse. And that last day that we kept fighting with her, that last day I was choking on water, and I said, okay. And I didn't even want to lift up my head anymore because the paralysis was just traveling everywhere. And I said, okay, they're going to intubate me either tomorrow or the day after, because I already started choking on water. And I was like, God, I'm not going to be able to fight for myself anymore. He was doing the best he can, but he didn't know what I went through years ago. And there's not much information on it. Now there is, because people are getting it through the vaccination. A lot of people are getting Guillain-Barré syndrome. They're just not talking about it.
Wow.
But there's a bunch of people, and I'm on a group of GBS survivors, and a lot of them are from the vaccination right now.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. But they don't talk about it.
Yeah, I never even heard of that.
So they're putting it under the stir. They don't want
believe
people
it.
to hear
I
about
believe
it.
it.
So.
Yeah.
But anyways, that last day, I knew they were going to intubate me within the next day or two, and I just looked up and I said, God, I need your help. I'm not going to be able to fight for myself anymore. I mean, I was with him spiritually. I knew I had peace. I knew he was with me. I wasn't scared. But I just said, I need your help. You're going to have to do this for me.
I think it was that night too. We read the Bible together, and we came across in Matthew where, Jesus walked around Galilee, healing the sick, the blind.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, and the people with seizures and paralysis. And I remember telling
So
her that
she
night,
just kept focusing on
Yeah.
the seizures. I'm like, no, this is more than the seizures.
Yeah.
This is the paralysis.
Yeah.
And she said, it's in your mind.
Yeah.
I said, no, this is not in my mind.
Yeah, and then
And I'm not, and I told her, listen, I'm not someone who just gets sick and poor me. I was like, I will keep going, and I will beat it, and I will conquer it, because I know I have a God who's going to save me. He saved me once before. And I wasn't supposed to have 3 children, and I had them. I was on bed rest with each one, and we lost a lot of babies in between, but I know what God can do.
and we will see them again.
Yeah, and
Amen.
so I was
Amen.
like, I'm not someone who gives up, but she did not want to give me the treatment. So I just said, God, I'm going to have to give this to you. You're going to have to do it for me. Went to bed, went to sleep that night. Next morning, she switched services with a different neurologist. And he came and told me, I believe you. I believe you, and I'm going to
God.
start you on treatment right away.
Oh, wow.
Within 2 days, I perked up. I was able to stand up. I still had a lot of damage from the paralysis, and to regain all my strength and my energy, but
She wasn't able to do cumbias right away. But,
no, I can't now. At least one time around.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
But
But then she's gonna
But
sleep
yeah,
for 2-3
so,
days afterwards. So.
Wow.
but really though, I don't know. God's good. I've
Yes.
experienced God enough to know that He wasn't going to leave me,
Man.
Amen.
and He wasn't going to. He had prophesied over us that all this stuff was going to happen. That's happening right now.
Yeah, we're in
And
the middle,
we
right?
were in the we are in the beginning of the peak. We are tapping into it. So much supernatural stuff is happening that I said, there's no way He told me to go and do all this stuff and I wasn't going to be able to fulfill it. So I knew without a doubt, and we've been following him. We gave up our lives
Amen.
to follow him, and so I had peace. I'd be okay, and I still have peace. I'm okay. I get frustrated sometimes. Can't run after my kids or something, but for the most part, I'm not supposed to be walking right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
you getting better with the chancla?
Oh man, yeah.
That ain't.
Better with a right hook, bro, for real.
Wow.
So yeah.
She has to put up with me, man.
The overcomers.
Man,
The
yeah,
overcomers,
most
for
definitely.
real.
Yeah.
Y'all need to start a vlog called The Overcomers.
For real.
Really, I know.
Bro, I would be
we
a millionaire,
really
bro,
do.
if we had a camera that just rolled with us the whole time.
Yeah.
Because our life is insane. Our life is, right now it's slow for her and it's about to slow down for me. As far as a business owner, and it's time for me to spend time with my family.
Yeah.
Still the ministry, still DJ, still perform. They're going to be coming a lot more often too as well.
Yeah.
But it's more about hearing God than just trying to find God.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're too busy.
I think what happened with us was God told us to do something. He came into our living room and he told us, I want you to use your gift that I gave you for DJing, and I'll take you around the world. He literally came into our living room and told us that, and he got anointed literally from the heavens.
Wow.
And we were so desperate for change because our lives were so ruined and destructive from our childhoods and damaging each other. You know, hurt people.
Yeah.
And we were so desperate for change that we started running. Like, we're gonna go do this. He told us to do it, so we're opening doors, we're doing it, and not slowing down. Let him do it.
Yeah.
So a lot of it, we're running and working in circles, and then he'll open the door. And if we would have just walked slowly, the path would have been easier.
Yeah.
But we were running in circles trying to make it happen because he told us to. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's just part of growing and spiritual growth.
Yeah. Amen.
So that's where we're at today.
You didn't want to talk?
Man.
No.
She got comfortable though. She got comfortable real quick.
She's the one that balances me, man. Like, she's the one that she's the big mom, sister to all these guys, and you know, Sweet J's in there too, and he'll tell you that music is like really like in the moment when you were speaking, it was like perfect, right? So
I don't know. I hope the mic was able to fit here.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
If not, I'm gonna put it. No.
Yeah, but she's the reason. Like, I'm partially deaf in my right ear. She's my right side. She'll tell me, man, you sucked. Like, you need to
Are
get
y'all
better.
married?
I am.
Married.
Yeah.
She's probably texting
Not,
my wife
not
now.
to each other.
My wife wants to.
know.
My wife wants to.
Oh my God, yeah.
So you know God made us from y'all's rib, and what do ribs do? We protect your lungs, your heart. We help you breathe. We help you stand up straight.
Wow.
That's what we're
Amen.
supposed to do. Yeah.
That's why I hunch over, because you're.
Now without me, you can't
well.
breathe, honey. You can't just walk.
Well, something we normally say, and it's true. Once again, you're a real one. Like,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she is.
And we meet a lot of awesome people
I-
that I'm always like, God, how you gonna outdo yourself? And then I meet y'all and I'm like, wow, like God, there's so many. God is doing so many things and so many people that is just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Especially
How
right
good
now.
God is.
Yeah, and then,
Especially
you know,
right
they
now,
see.
whatever it is that God's calling in the
Yeah.
spirit on the earth, it's like the time is now. He's trying to catch our attention.
Yeah, and it's you know, a lot of people on the social media, they see in the shows, they see this, but they don't know what we go through just to get to that show.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they don't know that the night before we stayed up till we didn't sleep.
I mean, he had a show. He canceled shows, but then one of the last days that I was in there, and I was already getting better, and he's like, "I got this show," and I said, "Go, go." You know, we just like Jesus. You have to leave home. You got to go. It was hard, but
It caused an anxiety.
You,
I mean,
you
I
just
couldn't.
keep the peace of knowing I'm gonna do what he wants me to do. I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's been tough, man. But you know what? It's been an amazing journey.
Yeah.
You know, you get closer with God and you start hearing God in a different way. And you know, like I said, a lot of people see the social media like you do this and you do that, but they don't know what you go through in the backside. You don't know what these artists go through. You don't know what these pastors go through.
Yeah.
It's real life. You know,
Yeah.
shout out to the youth pastors, man. But I mean, imagine them dealing with 200-300 kids, 60 kids. I can't even deal with my 4-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, and so again, it's more than just an experience.
yeah.
This is our life, you know, and it's real. And we sacrificed everything to be who we are, to be the overcomer ministry, to be what we need to
Started
be.
with this little
Yeah.
shot. Did he tell you that?
No, I ain't got there
No?
yet. But you want to talk?
Do I have 2 seconds?
Yeah, you
or
got 2
are we
seconds.
done?
You got 2 seconds.
God, I'm not supposed to have children, and I was
It was a lot of
pregnant
practice.
Can you not interrupt
Sorry,
and not lose my train of thought?
Sorry about that.
I don't think you're capable of not interrupting. Okay.
I went on vacation and
see?
when we came back, she was
Look.
pregnant. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh. He tells that to every pastor.
I was asleep. I don't know what happened.
Every time we get booked and the pastor's talking to us, he says that. I'm like,
No, I
oh my
don't.
gosh, Jimmy. Okay. Anyways,
She just asked you for 2 seconds, man.
Go ahead. Go.
anyways, I was pregnant with my middle child, and we had lost four babies, and
And by the way,
I
she
remember
never
they
spoke
told
of
us to go home. They told us to go home and that to prepare for miscarriage.
Yeah.
That I was going to not have her. The next day we said no, in Jesus' name, no, that's not going to happen. Next day we go to church, and the pastor's wife went to a big church, Joel Sisters Church actually, and she saw me in the middle of the line and she called me over, and she said the baby's going to be just fine. She just knew the baby's going to be just fine. Anyway, so I was on bed rest, so I quit my job, and I knew I always wanted to own my own business, and I didn't get to graduate because when I went paralyzed when I was 17. So I didn't have the education, so I knew how to climb up the ladders, and God, he ended up blessing me. Well, I decided that I wanted to own my own business, and he, I lost my train of thought.
So she wanted to open her own business, and
I got it back. So I wanted to open up my
Good
own
job.
business, and then he said, "Okay, well, what do you want to do?" And I thought mortgage company, and that was my background. So I'm gonna do a mortgage company. I was a boss for a mortgage company, and but I didn't get treated fairly because I didn't have the education. I was a woman. I was Hispanic. That's still an issue sometimes.
Yeah.
In the corporate world, you will get that. It's not as bad, but it's still sometimes, especially for a woman. And so, anyways, I didn't get treated respectfully, and I didn't get paid respectfully. So I always said I'm going to own my own business, and I said I'm going to open my own mortgage company, and that's when he said snow cones. I said, oh gosh, no, snow cones. I don't like snow cones. I don't eat snow cones.
And so he told you
vowed I would
80%
never
profit.
do
No.
food. I would never do food.
Yeah.
And God kept showing me signs. I mean, like literally commercials. I'm like, what? I don't even see commercials to this day about snow cones, but at that moment, that week, he was just showing me everything. And I said, you know what, God? Okay, I'm going to look into it. And it was 90% profit.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
And
Now
I
I'm
said-
about to open up a snow
I
cone.
know
said,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
I'm sold. That part, business-wise, I'm sold. I'll
Yeah.
do it. And I said, I'm going to be obedient. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And
here we are.
we became so busy, so fast, that he quit his job. I said, I need your help. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, that's when God told you to go into the music, or 3 years later?
2 years later.
2 years later, we didn't know that this would be the foundation for us to have freedom to travel the world for his ministry, when he
Wow.
told him, now I want you to
Man.
go and do this.
Yeah.
So
amazing.
those little small, and the building was little bitty.
Yeah.
Like hardly anyone could fit in there. This Jimmy built this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that little building in the back.
Yeah.
So do not despise small beginnings.
I'm not for hire, by the way.
Yeah.
Amen.
So yeah, that's
It's a whole
what
story,
happened.
man. It's a whole story of being who we are, man.
And it was
Yeah.
hard.
God's
We cried a
faithfulness.
lot.
We're nobody special, man. We just
Oh, gosh,
we're just
no.
somebody that
I need a lot of work.
Speaks
God
about a
knows
story.
I need a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Allow
still
God to
need a lot of
use
work.
you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And
let
well,
God move.
I just want to say, like, I appreciate you sharing your testimony with us and giving us a glimpse into hers, and you coming and sharing with us also. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We really do
Yeah, if
appreciate
it wasn't for
you.
her, man, I wouldn't be alive today. I
Yeah.
mean, I always tell people, if it wasn't for God using my wife, I would not be alive today.
Yeah.
I would be dead. A lot of people say I'll be stuck in prison. No, I know I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be alive either, but I am who I am right now because of her and God and traveling the
is good,
world
man.
and, you know, became a global DJ next year. We're hitting Peru and Dominican Republic, Guatemala with
Wow.
Mike Silva and Por La Vida Fest, and which is I can never say his name right. Remedido, you ever heard of him?
Oh man, I know, man. Hold
Yeah,
up, that's
yeah.
my dude. That is big. I just came from Honduras.
Yeah.
That's all they listen to.
Yeah,
Redimidos.
Miguel San Marcos, Tercer Cielo.
Tercer Cielo,
I'll be
yeah.
hitting the tour with them,
Wow.
man, you know, throughout the world. And,
Yeah, they're huge, bro.
and,
that's a
getting
Every
ready
time-
for our own tour too. We're gonna be having
That's
an
big.
overcomer tour, man.
Every time
Yeah.
we want to
And I didn't even know who he was, bro. When he was all
Something
sitting next to me, I said, "What's this dude so short?"
Oh, you met him?
Oh,
wow.
yeah, we opened up for him one time.
That
and I was
dude's
like,
big, bro. That dude's
like,
huge.
We're so short.
Hey, well, I hope you don't see this, bro. No.
I hope you do see this.
Yeah, I'll tell you when I see him. I was playing.
Can you give them the information one more time where they can find you at the location to this place?
It's 128 Southwest Dallas Street, Grand Prairie, Texas, in between Dallas and Fort Worth. We're downtown Grand Prairie. You can't miss it. Right now, if you come, especially right now, we look like the Griswolds with all these Christmas lights. It is a place that has been blessed by God. Every snow cone comes with a blessing. Even God has a sweet tooth.
Amen.
This is the boss, the reina, the queen of snow cones.
Come on.
Miss Stephanie, my wife, as we known her as her name is Miss Overcomer.
Yeah.
I am DJ Overcomer. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all the social media stuff. And you can follow her too at Miss Overcomer. And keep on the lookout for 2022. I'll be dropping some new music. I'll be dropping my new EP too as well.
Oh, wow.
Very soon. It's a lot different. I believe in collabing with some artists, some DJs, other DJs as well. It's time for the DJs to step up, and collab together.
Yeah.
They're doing it in the secular world. Why can't we do it in the Christian world?
Yeah.
It's time for us to start coming out more and
That's exciting.
and being booked. And even coming out for Lecrae, opening for Lecrae.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of DJs that have opened up for Lecrae, and kill it. And this last time, shout out to Vaughn Juan, Grown and Saved, for giving me that opportunity to come and open up for Lecrae. And
Shout out Vaughn.
shout out Vaughn, man. He's a mentor of mine and pastor he's a real pastor though.
Yeah.
He'll let you know, hey man, you're screwing up, man. He's not a one, but he's gonna do it in a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna let you know.
Hey, we've gone to him for Wise Counsel. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying?
he's gonna let you know. He's gonna
came
let you
through.
know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's not gonna cut any corners.
and we're gonna keep going, man.
Yeah.
I'm just hitting my prime.
Yeah.
This is the beginning for me. Even though we've been in the 7 years.
Yeah.
And we're gonna overcome the world, man. And shout out to you guys too.
Amen.
Y'all make sure y'all keep following them because
Yeah.
they're doing something. They literally came from H-Town to Dallas. This dude has been shivering the whole freaking time. and so,
Hey, look at how close he's sitting to me.
Yeah, he
It's
is
trying to get
cold.
warm, bro.
He is
Hey,
cold.
body heat.
I got you, bro.
And his
Come on.
wife's been in the van the whole time.
Hey, she a real one too.
Yeah, she a real one. So again, man, shout out to everybody that's ever believed in me.
Yeah.
Houston, Houston's our second home. Yeah, you do your thing. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Thank you
start
so
the
much.
thing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. God
Hey,
bless
bless you. Yeah.
Yeah.
When y'all in Houston, y'all need to come by our studio.
Take it out, man. We
Yeah.
will. So shout out to Houston is where I have my big break.
Yeah. Okay.
And Houston is a second home for me, and from the Woodlands all the way to I can never say it right, Pearland to
I never go there, but
yeah,
Pearland. Hey.
yeah. And so again, shout out to Luis. He gave me my opportunity to open up for Social Club.
Okay.
And then I
That's
met
what's up.
Vaughn to open up for the Fuse Social Club again, where I'm not,
God just been opening doors, man.
man, it's been a journey,
and
man.
now it's worldwide.
Yeah, man, and this doesn't even, to me, it's just it's not just a blessing to me.
Yeah.
Like it's like, bro, I was in a room with big time dope dealers that killed people. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that scared me.
Yeah.
I could be in a room with some famous people and I'm like, I don't care.
I've seen the worst.
I seen even though they're still famous in the Christian game, one of them is not, could be fake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, look at this dude. You know what I'm saying? It could be me.
Yeah.
There was a moment in the time that I was on a tour, being real, that it was Tadashi and Trip Lee. DJ Val was on and everything too, and I fell, man, really hard.
Yeah.
I ended up relapsing on that tour because I was traveling by myself. I had nobody to travel with me, and temptation got to me.
Wow.
I got kicked off the tour.
Wow.
And that day that I got kicked off the tour, man, I mean, I know none of them know about what happened that night when I got kicked off, and some people were probably happy, man, but we were in Nashville or Knoxville, Tennessee, and I got on the top of the building, man, and I tried to jump off of it. Luckily that I was not able to. That night when I was standing on the side of the building, it was about, I don't know, it was one of the big buildings. I get a phone call saying, your flight leaves in 45 minutes. And I was 45 minutes away. If I didn't get that phone call, I would have jumped.
Wow.
And I made my flight in 45 minutes. My phone died on the way up there. They couldn't get a hold of me. They were freaking out.
Yeah.
But that tour changed me because I was more concerned about the DJ than I was about being an overcomer.
Man.
Don't worry about being an artist. Don't worry about the top number one. Worry about what God has gifted you to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are all about competition. It's in us.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, man, why did they book him instead of me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, hey, man, if I get the shot, I get the shot. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a little town that will book me.
Yeah.
Because nobody goes to little towns.
Yeah.
Lecrae ain't going to go to a little town. He can't. He's too big. But somebody like me or even, you know, Val or Adrian Butler, all these other guys, we can go.
Yeah.
But when we hit that next level, it's a different story.
Yeah.
Man.
So for me, again, stay humble.
Yeah.
That's my last message I'm going to leave to them. And
Amen.
real quick, you know the little girl she was talking about that, you know, we weren't supposed to have?
Yeah. Okay.
Say hi to Layla.
That's her.
You're on a live interview.
Hi.
You're on a live interview. You're on a
Hola.
live interview. We're recording. We're recording. You want to be in it? With the nachos all stuff
Too
right
late.
there? Yeah. But that's it, man.
She's a blessing.
Yeah, and that one
La
is too, man.
bendición.
Amen.
Hi.
Yeah. Say hi, mama.
Hola.
We've lost a lot of babies, man, for them, and we have our son that's 19, man. So we've been
Amen.
blessed,
Praise
man.
God,
But
man.
it's cold, bro. I know you're freezing,
Yeah.
man.
Oh
so
no, it's worth it, man.
I started feeling
You
it.
brought
I
that
started
heat.
feeling it. Like,
Yeah.
Move, move.
Nah,
Yeah.
I want to say this, man, bro. We appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
For being honest, transparent, being
Yeah.
real. Your wife also, and God bless your family, bro, and God
Yeah.
bless what He's doing
Yeah.
through you, with you, around you, and may He just continue to multiply that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Sorry for
Yeah.
all the.
Oh no,
Oh,
you
no,
know
it
what?
was
It's
good, it
real
was
in the
good.
field. We
Yeah,
out
you
here
know
for
what
real,
I'm
for real at
saying?
his business. His
It's
brother
just- yeah.
was nonstop running back and forth for like an hour before
Yeah,
we
I gotta
started.
break down the LED wall here in a
Yeah.
minute. You know, we did it for one customer, but you know what? That's what it's about.
Thank
Yeah.
you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? If you go and save one person,
That's what it is,
Yeah.
man.
you know, you can be in front of 35,000 people and none of them got saved. You didn't
Wow.
do your job.
Yeah.
But you can go be in front of 15, which is a lot harder to perform in front of
Yeah.
on the real,
Yeah.
but you get all 15 of them saved. You did your job.
Man.
Yeah.
And so I leave you with this, and you can say what you want to say about it.
Wisdom.
If you're an
Amen.
artist and you're gonna go just to perform, and you don't say one, you didn't do your job. You got to
Listen.
do your job.
Let's say this, man. God can turn your scars into stars.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love how
That's
you,
the word.
how you
man.
heard that.
I live
bro.
that every day, bro. I've messed up so much, man, that he's also fixed me a lot of times too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that being said, this has been the Let's Chop It Up podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. With that, God bless. Deuce.
Peace.